Hi, I'm Jess, I'm a chef, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my absolute favourite apple varieties. I have been working with seasonal produce for the last 10 years. We are currently in autumn and apples are all over my menu. We have an amazing variety of apples in the UK with great flavours. I have picked 4 of my favourite today. We're going to chat you through them and give you some ideas for how to use them in the kitchen. I have made this flavour chart. It's pretty self-explanatory, but there are 2 things you need to think about when trying your apples. We've got taste and texture. The first apple I've chosen is Cox. Okay, so that is quite juicy. It is kind of powdery in texture. It is a little bit lemony, so although it's quite sweet, it's quite sharp as well. And the skin is not too hard. I'm going to put it here. It's got a little bit of everything. It's a real people pleaser, and the flavours won't offend anybody. The second apple I've chosen is Egremont Russet. So the flavour of this one, much more nutty, slightly less sweet, getting some grassy tones, and the skin is a lot thicker, and you have tannins kind of like a red wine. These actually keep for a really long time, so you can keep them up for 2 months or so in the kitchen, and they get a little bit sweeter as time goes on. I think it goes here on my flavour chart. The third apple I've chosen is Spartan. This one is a little bit more floral. It's a little bit sweeter and way more juicy than the last one we tried. It's my favourite texture of the 4. Okay, that was very juicy and sweet. I'm going to put it here. The last apple I've chosen is John O'Gold. So this is softer in texture. It's a little bit more perfumed and slightly less sweet than the Spartan. Weirdly, it tastes a bit like a pear. John O'Gold, you're going here. Coxes hold their shape really well when you cook with them, so I would suggest using these to make your crumbles, really lovely warm apple cake, or even an apple tart. Spartan apples are perfect for juicing. At this time of year, I would highly recommend a mulled apple cider. The Egremont Russet had a very nutty flavour. It goes perfectly with cheese because of that, so you can have it simply with a little bit of Stilton, a glass of port, or I like to grate it into cheese scones for a bit of a twist on a classic. So finally we have the John O'Gold. It's slightly softer and sweeter, so I think that works perfectly when making an apple ketchup. This would go really well with anything with pork, so sausage rolls or a pork burger. I hope you found this video useful. Head over to the Roots website where you'll see these 4 varieties plus many more, as well as my recipes for the apple tart, the apple ketchup, apple and cheese scones, and apple cider.